trying to say this in the nicest way possible or whatever. I'm not irritated or nothing. Normally, like, okay, when I first started looking at readers and stuff like that, because not every reader is a good, righteous reader. It's just some of them can pretend to work for the light. But when I first started going to readers or whatever, before I knew about, like, that they lie and stuff like that in the reading, but before they've lied on me and stuff like that, and before I was enlightened or whatever to, like when, for example, when I did that post about Al Pacino and how he knew certain things, but he was the devil. The devil knows the future too and stuff like that. He works to work against you. It's like before I got that channel messages, like I was just online talking about these readers are spiritual judges, blah, 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 blah. Then it's like I just started noticing, and even another reader I go to, I won't say, she was like, girl, you are, she called them co-workers or whatever, but they're cause it's like an online business and stuff like that, but that's what she's referring to. She's like massive egos. Another reader was like, sometimes they speak, sometimes they don't. Another reader was like, you're getting to know who you can trust and who you can't trust. I'm not tripping over that because just the way I am or whatever, I just know how karma works. And especially I know how things work when you speak against a true divine person. I'm not even really tripping off of the views and stuff. Yeah, sometimes it get irritating or whatever because I don't know how to remove that and stop it. But it's like, come on. It's like I just know that something is going to go on for so long. That's how my life has always been. It's like I'll go through something, it'll only last for so long because I told you God is just and he sees everything. But I just want to say this, like I said before. Why do people continue if you don't agree with the post? If you just don't agree with the post, then why would you continue to watch it? This is another thing I have. It's like, for example, okay, I like to do my makeup. I like to do real pretty makeup and stuff. When I take my time, I like to do makeup. I went to school for cosmetology. I just love hair and makeup and stuff like that. Some people, they don't like wearing makeup. And some women, they don't like wearing makeup. They like being more normal. I don't care if a woman doesn't like wearing makeup or getting dolled up, or she likes to be naturally beautiful. That's on her. I'm not gonna sit up there and be like, it's some women that they just need to put a little bit more extra into the way they look or whatever. They just go around looking all plain face and they just doll up. You're a woman, you're supposed to look cute. You're supposed to look prissy, doll up, whatever. I'm not really, I'm not no petty bitch like that or whatever. And I'm trying not to curse. It's like I just don't study women on that level like that to even just really just get on that petty level. The only time I expose people on my page and stuff like that is I'm exposing people that are purposely deceiving people. So all that little petty stuff or whatever, it's like, I don't know if people be saying stuff and think it's gonna hurt my feelings, but it's like I don't look at it like that. I look at it when people do certain things and say certain things. It make me look at you on like a real demonic petty type level, especially readers who sit up there in remote view and they just say certain things that it's just like, and it's like another thing. It's like that I have a problem with. It's like, if you gonna talk shit or whatever, just say it flat out. Don't do subliminals. Don't hide your hand. Don't hide behind no camera. Especially if you're gonna lie or whatever. I don't like that. Remote viewing with these hair readers do. From what I looked up online, they said something about some of them be taking pictures of people and they do something and they close their eyes and they meditate and they able to see you and look. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. When you sitting up there, you portraying like you work for the Most High, and you sitting up there and you meditate with people pictures, going back into their past without their fucking permission, people you don't know or whatever, and you going and you seeing certain things, future, whatever, then you getting on your fucking platform and you sitting up there playing a game, lying and making up stuff. That's what I'm saying. The only way you can do something like that is still let the Most High come out of your mouth with no fear. And knowing you working against an earth angel, a true divine person, I'm not saying that in no cocky way, I'm just saying in general. Knowing you working against somebody or whatever with a high spiritual ranking that's favored by the Most High, as if you're a fucking devil or whatever, because only devils do stuff like that and don't fear repercussion or don't care about repercussion. And that's another thing you gotta think of as a reader, or just in general, just a person, is if you talking to demonic angels, whatever you doing, when you do certain things and you lie on a divine person, it's like if you ever notice, like certain readers, they probably can read other people's future and stuff like that. Not all, remember I told you not all readers, but they can read people's future and stuff. But when you work against a divine person, spirit can block out, the Most High can block out what's to come in your future, so you don't even know. I know automatically the laws of karma. I know when you work against people, certain things happen, certain things that I've seen, certain things that happen to me. Just in general, I know how the Most High is or whatever. So it's like all that. That's what I'm saying. You gotta make sure that if you're a healer or whatever, and this is just in general. I'm just speaking in general. When you a healer, you were supposed to be a divine person, and you put in the forefront, or you put yourself in the forefront to give advice. Make sure you healed, because a healed person, I'm not gonna sit up there and throw shots every day. Real people, how you gonna give spiritual advice and talk about narcissists and stalking and blah 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 and this person is doing this and pray and blah 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 blah, but you a hater, and I told you how God feels about people that sit up there and hate on other people just for no reason, just sit up there and say something. So that's all I want to say. And it's like I'm not really finna go into no deep details, but my thing is, I try to use it. I try to say certain things to get people to kind of wake up and get a reality check, so they just don't, without being like disrespectful and rude. It's kind of like, that's why I always tell people, if you don't agree with the post, unless I'm exposing you on my page, then why would you continue to watch it? It's like, cause it's like, and then you got to think about, why are you offended? The only people that would be offended, the only people that would truly be offended by my post are people that are probably transgenders or whatever, which I don't know why they would be offended or whatever. I'm speaking the truth. I'm not saying, damn, transgenders to hell, like God hates you, blah, 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 blah. I'm telling you what his word says or whatever. And I'm telling you also about deception. It's kind of like, that's why I say be very careful what you listen. That's like me, online talking to y'all or whatever, and I'm talking about the Most High and I'm a chosen one, but I'm really a secret transgender or whatever. Wouldn't you be offended if you found something like that out? You would be offended, because you would be like, man, this person is a freaking liar. It's like, that speaks on your character. It's like you're coming to the forefront pretending like you're one way, but really you're a whole other way. That's like really, really deceptive, especially when you're inverted and you're portraying to the public, and you know people of the opposite gender are looking at you and lusting over you, looking at your body and like, oh, or I'm talking about like men or whatever. They'll look at people like Beyonce or Serena, oh, she felt, but it's really a man or whatever. And same with us. We'll look at people like, well, just whoever, celebrities that are portraying themselves as men, and be like, man, he cool, or man, he, you know, just how women are. And it's really a female, not all of them, but most of them. So it's kind of like, the only people that, you got to think about the kind of person that would even defend something like that. The only way you get mad about something like that and defend something like that, it's not even because you're not getting the download messages about it. It's because you have to know about it, and you want to cover it. And if you cover it for Satanists, you cover it for people that are Masons, you cover it for people that are a part of the New World Order, enslavement of humanity, then that means that you're a Satanist and you're working against God's people. So, I mean, people will follow blindly behind people when they're not truly enlightened. Me, I can only be fooled for so long or whatever. The only way I can be fooled is if I deny my intuition, if some keep nudging me and telling me, and I just choose to ignore it. Because a lot of times when people are deceptive and they come around me, I've already seen it. I already know it, because God will reveal it to me. I just choose to second guess myself. And that's the most dangerous thing you can do, is second guess yourself. Sometimes you can make a mistake and think somebody said something towards you. And I'm not talking about nothing like that, a simple mistake. I'm talking about you seriously, when God keeps showing you that somebody is full of SHIT and they deceptive, and you keep on, like, it's like you just keep on denying. So that's my thing. I know people are going to be silly. I know people not gonna agree with the post, but that's why I would say it's a whole bunch of people, YouTube truthers or whatever, or conspiracy theorists, that I used to look at. Then I see something silly about them. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna look at them no more. I'm not gonna watch it. If I think a truther is on some BS after I expose them or something like that, I'm not gonna keep on watching you on every single post you make and be like, you're full of SHIT. And this is just the message that I'm just saying. But I'm not gonna keep on. It's like that's kind of like a mental problem. In order for me to be a healer, it's no way that I could just look at another truther. Why is she talking about Jocelyn or whatever? Why is she talking about Jocelyn? Shoot, stop talking about that, man. You can't be up there judging people, blah, blah, blah. I'm not, in no way am I judging anybody. And then to a certain extent, we all judge or whatever. Everybody judges. To a certain extent, they meant like you're not supposed to judge people and damn people like in the way Most High does. But we all look at people and judge. Like you see somebody with a low cut. I'm just talking in general or whatever. You see somebody with a low cut blouse on or booty shorts on out in public like bro, you just look at them like, oh, they kind of easy or whatever. You see somebody with their pants sagging down, you look at them and you're like, oh, they're kind of thuggish or whatever. You see somebody, to a certain extent or whatever. I mean, it's just like that's not really judging. It's like what you perceive with your mind. So we all kind of do that in a way, but it's just like if you. That's why I always tell people, if you, it's the problem becomes you and the problem or whatever becomes you when you keep on focusing on somebody or something that you don't agree with. That's why I tell people it's like if you just think somebody's out of their mind or silly, if you think somebody is full of shit or whatever, you're not gonna follow every single thing that they do to talk down and throw shots or this doesn't make sense or blah. It's like why the F would you still watch it or whatever if you don't agree with it? And I'm trying not to sound I'm trying not to sound like talk ignorant, as you could say, or whatever, because sometimes I let words slip out when I get a little agitated, but it's just like, if you don't agree with it, just stop watching or whatever. You ain't gotta, it's a whole bunch of people online that expose truth or expose transgenders. It's like, look at them if you don't agree with the ones that I'm saying, or don't look at all. It doesn't even make any sense. People they just really, really miserable with themselves. That's the only way you would go to somebody's platform every day and look at them and then talk crap about it on your platform is if you're a freaking devil or you're freaking jealous of that person, you're freaking stupid. And people can make up any kind of excuse they want. I have a million views or I have 1,000 something views. I'm not jealous of that person. But if you take a shot to the person and they have 20 views showing up and you got 1 million, that says something about you than it does about them, because it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like people they just do silly stuff or whatever. It's like, get your mind right, especially if you're in the healing community, and if you're gonna help heal people, make sure you heal yourself. That's all I gotta say about that.
Now you see, now you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
I
see what I'm saying?
I thought.
No, so, you know what I'm saying? That you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
The more questions that cop asks, the more I thought I wasn't gonna never see daylight again.
And this time you said you bought the bottle of beer.
I was just waiting for them to tell me they seen that damn videotape, but they hadn't.
No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you? No, you done fucked up.